So we are working on this. Let's do that. So I picked up some jump rings. These are, I think, 8mm jump rings, and then a split ring. A split ring is like a key ring, so it's much more safe. This pendant is the one that the teardrop crystal pendant is the one I want use with this necklace. This, you can see the loop is horizontal or like this. It has to be perpendicular to add it to the wire, right? So what I was thinking is, let me just take a split ring and put it inside. So the split ring will go on top of these rectangle beads. See this? It's movable, so it doesn't matter, it has to be in the center, but approximately in the center is good enough, in my opinion. So I'm going to add some jump rings and I'm going to figure out what the pendant will be. So I want to add these flower beads, acrylic flower beads that we got in the box. We can add this, okay, it'll still look okay, but the green is much more prettier is what I feel. See this? If I add this is how it will look, but in another wire I would add this roundel and this flower bead. Okay, see the look of these and these. So this looks kind of very prominent than this, right? It looks kind of more, I don't know how to say, it's more prominent than this. But it's totally up to you. Since we are using the red beads, you can use this glow in the dark beads. I still have left some beads after the necklace that we did. You can use that as well as this roundel. So you can use both, but first of all we need to do that. I have pulled out some head pins from my stash. These are ball head pins. So I'll show you guys exactly. This doesn't look good. The rectangle bead with this flower did not look good. See, I didn't like it. But actually, no, not really. It does look good. If you want, you can add both, right? Both the red and the green. That will look good. So you can see how well this glow in the dark bead will look with the flower bead as a bead cap. So you can combine all three. That's totally up to you. So first of all, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Taking my round nose pliers. Okay, so bending this wire. You can do a wrap loop or, you know, a spiral, I mean like a keyring loop kind of a thing. So you can do whichever one. I think more than the wrap loop, that's the one which will look good. So this, I did the wrap loop anyways, but that's the one which makes more sense. So I did that. Now let's try, I mean, we can do these two, it'll be fine if you don't want to use the green, because the green will be again a contrast. So I'm still thinking whether to use this or just the glow in the dark beads will do. Yeah, I think the glow in the dark beads will do. So in this case, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take this. This is a short head pin. So take it, make a loop, a small loop. Okay, and then keep rotating it so that it just looks like, you know, a coil of wire. Can you see that? So this is what is best in this case, is what I feel. And then I just tuck this in a little bit so that's not sharp. So see, more than this makes sense. So I will keep this, and then to again. So now I made all these dangles, 5 dangles I have. I don't know if I want more or not. So I have 3 more flowers, but let me just decide after putting together the pendant. So I also took this enamel flower from the box. It's very pretty. So I added one of this 8mm jump ring, and I'm adding this enamel flower on top of the bead. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this jump ring using my bent nose pliers and tweezer nose pliers. Go back and forth. Once it's completely joined, it's secure. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the next jump ring that I have, open it up, okay, add one of these. See, this coil is a really nice touch, and then add this and one of these, and see how you like it. Doesn't have to be this, see that? But what I'm trying to do is I'm just gonna add only one here, maybe, yes, and then I'm gonna add the next jump ring in here, and I'm gonna close this. Okay, we are just putting it together and seeing if you like this design or not. Then the other jump ring that we added here, open that up. Now this is vertical, right? So I'm just gonna add this one right here, and I'm gonna close it. Go back and forth, and then close it. And then, so this is how it is so far. Okay, so this is how it is. So it's gonna come this side, that side, just like that. And I think I need to add some beads as well. Maybe I will add this as well, not so sure yet. So just gonna add some beads. So coil, coil, coil. Okay, and then you can squish the coil with your pliers so that's nice and neat. Tidy that up a bit. So that's that. And then I need more jump rings, is what I believe. So then I want to add the seed beads as well, just to be just to tie the element in the necklace part and the pendant part. And then do the same, coil, coil, coil until you reach the bead. Then see, I'm not straightening it up, there is no need for that. So now this is how it is so far, right? But we will have to rearrange this a bit. There is one more jump ring that we need to add in order to do that. So let me just open this up. and add one of this coil here and close this, and this one right here. So I'm gonna add so in each jump ring I'm adding a flower bead and a bead. That's clear, right? See, I made a mistake. See, these two are in the same direction. So same side. So I'm just gonna open this up, take this out, and take the jump ring away. See this? And then we are gonna add this and the jump ring and close it. Go back and forth. Whoops, it broke. Did it so many times, I guess, guys. I don't know. I just pulled it further apart, maybe. So let me just open this up, add the flower on one side, the jump ring on the other, and then the bead on the other. Okay, and add this as well and close it. Okay, and separate this. Okay, and now I need one more jump ring. I hope I kept the jump ring around. There was a big jump ring that I had in my stash. So we have 3 more dangles. So separate these 2 dangles and take this in here and see. Okay, so I want this in one side and that in the other side. And then I want to take out the split ring and add it. That will be easier than that. Make sure it's completely closed. Once it's closed, now it will be easier for you to add the split ring to the wire. It's okay, I made a little bit more dangles, that's fine, but this is how it looks. I kind of like it the way this has come out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue doing these, because this split ring can actually go on top of the crystal, so you don't have to make a pendant space. That means you will add some seed beads in the middle so that you can accommodate the pendant. You don't have to do that, since the split ring is above, it goes over the bead. So that means at some point, if you want, you can remove the jump ring and take off the pendant and use another pendant. If you're doing it for yourself, if you're gifting it, then that's not a possibility. But you can also make a small jump ring at the end to connect it. That way you can open up the pendant and use it in some other necklace. Where there is a will, there is a way. If you want to do it, you will find a way to do it. I kind of like the simple stringing for this. It's very pretty, and as you guys can see, the branded beads look much better than the non-branded one, because they are of uniform size. The gap between the beads is very consistent and it looks pretty that way. But Lavano seed beads very forgiving as well for bead stringing projects. So that should be okay, I guess. I didn't have much luck with 8-0, but Lavanos are pretty okay. Save some beads for the earrings. The rest, I think you can use it for the pendant. So I have used rather a large jump ring just to give the pendant some length. But if you want to, you can use a smaller jump ring. That way this whole cluster will be full rather than, but I want it to be longer. So that's why I used that jump ring. You can use the lobster claw clasp that we received in the box. You don't have to use a clasp from your own stash. You can use it from the box as well. So I'm just gonna use the one from the box, because I really like lobster claw clasp a lot, because it's very secure, is what I feel. Unlike the toggle. When I started making jewelry, I liked the toggle because the concept itself was amazing to me, and I felt that that's more dressier than the lobster claw. But in reality, after using a lot of toggle clasp projects, for necklaces which are dainty, I prefer the lobster claw clasp, because it's much more secure. If it is not dainty, it's heavy, then the toggle clasp sits right and it doesn't open. But I feel for daintier necklaces, it's better to use lobster claw. Or you can make your own clasp. That's totally an option as well. So let me see how long this is. And you guys know, if you are following me for a long time, you guys must be knowing I really like to work with the spool. It's about 24 centimeters long, which is, let me see what 24 centimeter is 10.5 inch, so 20 inches total. That's more than enough long for me. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm not gonna add a seed bead at the end. We have our crimp bead. Let me see. I have some gold crimps here, so I'm gonna use 2 crimps on one side, and I am going to take the lobster claw clasp from the box. So we have both the color. So the silver and the gold. I'm gonna use the gold. Come back through the crimp tube and through a crystal and pull that down. I'm gonna flat crimp it, but you can always use your crimping pliers to crimp. But with this crimp, I feel that flat crimping is a much better option than crimp bead. And I started using 2 crimps for extra security. You can cut the excess wire after excuse me, after the crystal. It's become very cold and rainy here in the Bay Area. So I'm gonna cut here. So after this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure this. See this? This side is a little bit, so I need 2 more beads. One seed bead followed by the rectangle bead. Then 2 crimps. So the other side you can use an open jump ring, but I really like to use closed jump rings, as you guys always know. I feel much more secure with a closed jump ring than an open jump ring, but it's up to you guys. What I mean by a closed jump ring is a soldered jump ring. As you guys can see, there is no cut. They have added it and soldered it. So that's the one I'm going to use the other side. So if you want an extended chain, you can do so as well. I come back through both my crimp tubes and my crystal right here. Take my pliers and pull the wire out. Okay, make sure the necklace is nice and in a U format, and there should be a little bit of a breathing space, so I'm good to crimp. I'm flat crimping this as well, then snipping off the excess wire. See that little bit of a gap? I like that gap. I need that gap. Just make sure everything is nice and fine. I'm done with this beautiful necklace. I really like it, and I'm sure that whoever wears it will enjoy it. I'm not so sure I'm going to keep it for myself, or it depends upon my kids how they like it. I hope you guys like it too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel, there is a heart symbol in the bottom description box. Click on that and you can donate as much as you can. It will really help my channel. I can bring more stuff for you guys and show you guys how it's done and where to buy and so forth and so on. Kindly share my tutorial and hit the like button, guys. It's free. Subscription is also free, And if you enjoy it, do give it a thought and give myself a boost, because the more likes and the more shares I get, the more I will be visible. You guys know I have thousands of videos in my channel and not that many subscribers. So like people who has much less content will have much more subscribers. And I'm not advertising my channel a lot, I guess. But if you guys give me a boost, just give me a thumbs up, or share my video, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye.